Hey gang, today we're going to do a classic. This is Rod Stewart's Hot Legs. We're just going to do the introduction, but it's going to be plenty to get us into that really rockin' Chuck Berry type of stuff. And this is just a fun one to play. So I hope you enjoy. Hey, if you like this video, please give it the like button. If you haven't yet, subscribe, and we'll see you in just a second with a demo and then the lesson following. All right, gang. Well, we're going to do this in just a second. We're going to go through a slow-mo, and then we'll do the lesson. I'll also do the overhead view, slow-mo. Not sure which one I'll do the lesson in. You have to watch to find out, I guess. Anyway, before you do, you can download the tab from the link below. You can get it in the description. And that's about it. This is a boogie in G, except that it starts out on the 5 chord. It goes from the 5 to the 4, then to the head of the song. All right, so it's going to start on the D. All right, let's do the slow-mo here first. Here we go. I'm up here on the 17th fret. I'm going to bend that up on the 2nd string a whole step to start. Here we go. Slow-mo. All right, slow-mo overhead view. This is the 12th fret here. We're going to start out on the B string, 17th fret with a bend. Again, remember, we're starting out on a D chord. All right, so here we go. Okay, let's go over this line by line now. What's really cool about this, I mean, this is such a classic sound, great licks to be playing. And we're going to start out on the D chord, right? So there's a D chord, then a C chord, and then it goes into the standard G boogie. So we're going to start out with a D lick. Now, B string, 17th fret, E string 17th fret, we're going to just hold that, and we're going to pull this up on the 17th. And then with our pinky, or with our first finger, I'm sorry, with our fourth finger, we're going to play the first string on the 17th. So bend that up a whole step on the second string. Now, just a question here, or a question and answer. Why is this a D lick? Well, what we're doing is we're bending this up to 2 frets, right? Which is the 19th, which is part of a D chord. It's an F sharp right there, so it's really part of the D chord. Instead of playing it directly, we're going to bend it up that way. All right? So it's a chord tone, is the short answer. Now we're going to play on the C, and we're just going to move this lick down 2 frets. The end of that is really cool. So again, we're starting out with the same lick, but in C. But then we're playing down here, double stop on the 8th fret. So first 2 strings on the 8th fret. That's just Chuck Berry, folks. Over that C, right? That's all it is. Okay. Now we're getting into the song proper. We're going to go up into this major pentatonic position for G and play some country rock licks to start out. Okay, this one really relies upon this particular lick right here, where you've got on the 15th fret of the B string, we're holding that, and we're bending on the G string 14th a whole step, and then pulling it off like so. It's such a common country lick that they played it a bunch of times in this song. All right, so the first time it goes like this. Second time it has this little picking thing, which is kind of cool. Anyway, pretty neat. Okay, now we're getting to the point where it kicks in with the second guitar, and there's a different guitar tone as well. I kept the same guitar tone on. I've played around with it a little bit, didn't find anything super satisfactory, so I just stuck with it. All right. So anyway, here's the next set of licks. There's 2 that are exactly the same. I should be adding here, whenever you can use vibrato on this, you should be using it, because it just really adds to the kind of singing flavor that this song has. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Again, we're in the G major pentatonic. It's basically the same as our country rock lick, except we're not playing a double stop like this. We're playing it as single notes. All right, just to point this out, this is where there's a second guitar added, and all they're doing is playing the same lick, but in the open position. Okay, that's all that's going on there. On to the next lick. This one and the last one I think are really the coolest. All right, this one is so cool. It's a really slow bend. This is played over the C chord, so again, we're going to play the C lick that we did before in the beginning. But we're going to play it a little bit differently. So bend it up slowly to get to the 3rd of E, which is, or the 3rd of C, which is the E, right? And then grab this on the first string, just like we did before. And then basically what we're doing is we're going to be playing chromatically here. But instead of playing these notes, we're going to bend to them. All right, and then bend it down to the 15th, and then play this. So that's a little bit of a pre-bend on that G string 14th fret, ending on the 12th there. Okay? Then there's a little spacer lick. It just kind of adds some space over that C chord. Excuse me, over the D chord, over the G chord. All right, here we go. This is the last part where we go to D and then end it. Okay, so here's the last lick, really. Let's actually treat the last lick separately over back to the G chord. So this is as we're going over that D chord. Again, we're playing the same lick, but this time we're hitting the notes a little bit different and putting a little bit different rhythm. So 2 strokes and then a bend up and lots of vibrato. So and then this. And finally, over the G chord, we're going to end with a Joe Walsh sort of special. This was very common in Joe Walsh, the Stones, Rod Stewart. They played this all over country rock. Here we go. All right, bend on that 3rd string or on the G string 14th. Whole step, and then grab on the 1st string, the 12th, and come down on the 2nd, 15, 12. I'm sorry, not 12. We're just going to, instead of going to the 12th, we're going to pre-bend on the 3rd string, 14th, and then just bring it down and play the 12th. Like that. That pre-bend is kind of important to get it nice and smooth. So play this one. This is actually kind of a tough lick if you haven't done this sort of thing before. If you've done it, it's very common and you're used to it already, nothing new. But if it's new to you, take some time with it because it's not super easy, okay? And then we just end. And that's it. All right, gang, well, I hope you dug this one. I really like the sound. The sound is just awesome on this one. And it's just a fun one to play. This is pure rock and roll fun if there ever was any. All right. Well, I hope you have fun, and I'll see you on down the road.